What are you talking about, bro? The cars, the lifestyle. Let's talk about his character on the pitch. He doesn't track back. Yes, that's something you should question. His attitude of the ball. Yes, that's something you should question. This, that, maybe like, moaning. Yes, question that. This is the things I want to have conversations about. Yo, you guys, what is good, man? Welcome back to Real United Talk, where we talk about all matters Real Madrid and Man United. This is going to be a United Matters episode, and this is going to be an episode of mixed emotions for me because I'm going to be talking about Marcus Rashford's departure from Man United. I mean, like, it needed to happen, right? Like, it needed to happen. Honestly, like, his time at Man United is basically over. The relationship between him and Amorim is just non-existent, and I think he's just tired of Man United. I've made multiple episodes and referred to Rashford in those episodes and everything, so I'm not going to get too much into the matter and everything, but I think that, Rashford is like burnt out and all of that. Like, Rashford is tired, man. Like, he's tired. He has been doing this for so long, and he's just tired at this point. Like, the media is always on his neck. Fans are always on his neck, and like, I just feel like he's just tired of everything. He's tired of all the, I don't want to say pressure, because like, pressure comes with the shirt and everything, but he is tired of like the pressure that it takes. Like, I'm not saying that, like, he's just tired, man. Honestly, when you're born, like, you're just tired. Like, that's the one word to use, tired. Like, I think that's what Rashford is. Like, honestly, you can see it in the way that he plays. He almost looks like disinterested sometimes when he's playing for United. Like, look at the like revival of life when he was playing for Aston Villa. Like, look at how he just looks sharp. Like, he had all those games, like especially in the Champions League and that game against PSG. Rashford just looked sharp. Like, he looked like a new player. That was not the player that we're seeing at United. After that 22-23 season, honestly, it has just been wraps, and it was is much needed, and yeah, he's getting the move, and I really like. I wanted the best for Rashford. I want the best for Rashford and everything. And honestly, this is such a good move for him. But why did he have to be Barcelona, bro? Rashford, why did he have to be Barcelona, bro? You know how I feel about Barca. You know how I feel about Barca, bro. Why did you have to go and pick Barcelona? Oh my god, bro. Because how am I going to feel right now? Like, what am I supposed to do right now? Like, I'm watching you, bro. I'm going to back you every step of the way, but how can I back you when I play for my ops, bro? How? This is literally called the Real United Talk Show. Oh my god, bro. I can't believe you did this to me. What am I going to do, guy? Like, when you're true on goal, when like, like, I have to hope. Like, I'm not going to hope that you flop, obviously, but I have to hope that, like, you're not dunking and everything. Like, I have to hope that, like, you don't just go to Barca and make them like proper, like, obviously they're already like title holders and everything, but like, you don't make them like top of the world. You don't take them far in the Champions League. You have to hope for that. I have to hope for Barcelona's downfall. I won't hope for your downfall, but I'll hope for Barcelona's downfall. And sadly, you'll be a Barcelona player, so you're going to, like, it's good to, like, everything just going to be combined. And honestly, like, because I knew that Rashford was going to leave the Prem. I think leaving the Prem was the best option for him. And I was just hoping that, like, it would be like a Bayern, a UV. Barca was honestly the best move for him, right? But like, at the same time, why did he have to be Barca, bro? Why did he have to be Barca? It's just so sad to see. But yeah, whatever happens at Barca, I already watched Barcelona and everything, so I'm obviously still going to be watching Rashford. So whatever happens at Barca, I'll be there. And when the guy dunks, I'll be there. When he like misses a chance, I'll be there. Anything that he does, I'll be there. And yeah, honestly, I support you, bro, and as long as you're happy. Everybody knows my love for Rashford already. I'm not going to get too much into it, but yeah, this is a good move for Rashford. Honestly, I think that this is a very good move. Honestly, like, Barca is like where else? Like, where else is better? Like, the only team that is better is Real Madrid. The only team that's bigger is Real Madrid. Like, where else for Rashford, bro? Like, he stepped up. Like, literally, this is one of the few situations that you leave Man United and you step up. Honestly, also, like, I feel like nowadays, like, people don't understand that, yes, as much as like United is still like one of the biggest clubs in the world, top 3, top 5, whatever it is, top 3 in my opinion, biggest clubs in the world. I feel like people just need to have that like reality check and just need to understand like where we are right now. Yes, the name Man United is like, the biggest name in the world and everything, one of that, like, but like, we have to be realistic. We have to know ourselves. We have to be aware. Like, yes, we are the biggest club in the world, but we're not the most attractive club in the world right now to be at. Like, everybody's always saying, oh, you can't do better than Man United. All these guys that go from Man United to like Napoli, like Tomini, for example, go from like Man United to like a League One team or something like that. Like, they step down, the level down and everything. But more time, these guys are going to those teams and winning league titles. McTominay literally went to Syria, won MVP, and won the Syria title. Like, how is that not a step up? Like, we need to like get that. Like, yes, United is one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, yes, like all Man United fans want to believe that United is the biggest club in the world and everything. I get that. And yes, you have all these legends and everything that played for United when they were still the biggest team in the world. I get that. But you can't level up from Man United, honestly, especially when you go and you succeed. Like, when you go from Man United to Napoli and you win a league title, you leveled up. You leveled up because while you're winning a league title, while you're qualifying for next season Champions League, where you're going to be one of the best players in Syria and everything, we're here competing for 15th position in the Premier League. We're here with no European football next season. You can level up from Man United. So people need to get that out of their head that you can't level up from Man United. Nowadays, you can. Honestly, you can. And there's no big, like, Barcelona has always been a level up for Man United. Like, Barcelona and Real Madrid are the only two teams that people will be like, yeah, I hold my hands up, he leveled up and everything. And Rashford did level up. People believed that he didn't deserve to level up. A lot of people have been on his neck, and I'm going to talk about that. A lot of these journalists, a lot of these like, legends and everything have been on his neck about him, talking about like, oh, he doesn't deserve it and everything. Honestly, this whole, like, the way the media is reacting, the way everybody's reacting to this Rashford move, not everybody, but like the way all these guys are reacting to this Rashford move is just like, it's the reason why Rashford hasn't worked out at United. It's the reason why he's so burnt out right now. And honestly, it's the reason why he doesn't cut ties with England. In my opinion, bro, I honestly feel like if Rashford could even like stop playing for England as a whole, like the England national team, if you could actually just say like, I don't want to like just retire from international football. Honestly, he should take that option. Obviously, he can't because like, he wants to play for his national team, wants to represent the national team, and he wants to like, be a national hero and everything. So obviously, he's not going to do that. But if Rashford could honestly just like cut ties with England, he honestly should, because like the way these guys in England treat him is honestly diabolical. Like, I feel like nowadays his character is more questioned than like his footballing ability. Like, people are talking about his character too much. Like, I get that. Like, I get on the pitch character. Like, when you're talking about him not tracking back, when you're talking about like his attitude off the ball and everything, I get that. That's the type of character that you need to question. But now I'm hearing people talk about his cars, his partying, his this, his that. Is he the only player that goes for parties? Is he really play with fancy cars? Like, who was that guy on that Talk Sport show? I can't remember the guy's name. Let me check real quick. That Dean Shonda's guy or whatever. Like, who was the guy talking about, man? This guy, I swear, I didn't even watch the full episode or anything, but like, I've seen clips and everything. This guy was chatting some wars, bro. This guy was talking about like, oh, he should sell his car, that you're not a rock star, and you should get a more humble car to be able to relate to your fans more. So some rubbish like that. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Is Rashford the first player to have a fancy car? Is Rashford the first player without like, to be off form and everything, to be driving fancy cars or to still be living like a good lifestyle and everything? Jack Grealish cost Manchester City £100 million, and this guy hasn't done jack squash. This guy's had like that good season. I think that season that they won the treble, I think he was really good that season. And except from that, like, yes, he's a treble winner and all of that, but like, Jack Grealish cost these guys £100 million, casually not even sitting on the bench, sitting in reserves, living like, we've seen this guy drunk, we've seen this guy partying regardless, and nobody's questioning him. Nobody's saying, oh my god, what's going on with Jack Grealish? When he was at Aston Villa, everybody thought that this guy was going to like carry the Premier League for years to come. When he went to Manchester City, everybody thought, oh my god, like, it's over his wraps right now. But like, look at it now. Look at Jack Grealish now. Like, why is Rashford's character getting questioned so much and Jack Grealish's character is not getting questioned at all? I don't even think Grealish is looking for a move right now. Like, honestly, I don't even think that Grealish is looking for a move away from Man City. I think that if Grealish were at Man City to his contract run out and everything, nobody will talk about it. Grealish will not talk about it. Nobody has questioned Grealish's character. Nobody has interviewed Grealish talking about this or talking about that. And Jack Grealish, like, as much as he's not as big a player as Rashford, he is a big player. He's playing for one of the biggest teams in the world, in Man City. So what are we talking about? Why you guys living like, I mean, like, there's one reason. I'm not going to say it because, like, it's just allegations and everything, but there's one reason why I think you guys are questioning his character. I think a lot of people listening will know what I think it is, but like, I'm not going to say it because, like, that's just allegations and everything. But what are you talking about, bro? The cars, the lifestyle. Let's talk about his character on the pitch. He doesn't track back. Yes, that's something you should question. his attitude of the ball, yes, that's something you should question. This, that, maybe like, moaning, yes, question that. This is the things I want to have conversations about. These are the reasons why, you think that he's not a good player and everything. Stop questioning his character. What he does off the pitch is none of your business. It is none of your business. Allow it, bro. Like, the way footballers lived before versus the way they live now is very different. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how big of a player you are. Footballers are living different nowadays, and it's just like you have to adapt to the times, bro. Like, you cannot be talking about some but the Manchester United team of 1999 that were treble winners and everything. They were living so like they were living so casual, they were humble. Okay, we don't care. Honestly. Like, allow the guy, bro. Honestly, like, I almost get like second-hand burnout anytime I hear people talking about like Rashford and everything, just because like this is how it has been for years, literally, like years and years and years. That's why I said that Rashford was kind of rushed into this fame and media pressure and everything, because like this is how his life has been for years. Any small thing that happens with England, we all remember the whole Euros and everything when they missed those penalties, the racism that came their way and all of that. Like, this is how it has been for years. And then talking about like the media and how people are talking about it, let's talk about Teddy Sheringham again. Now, this is a player I'm not going to disrespect one bit. A treble winner in Man United, and I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm not going to say anything bad about him or anything like that. But I would say that like I feel like what he said was unfair and was like over the top. Like, I feel like him saying that like basically said that like Rashford doesn't deserve a move, especially like a move to a place like Barcelona, and like like he basically said that he hopes that the move doesn't work out. This was before the move worked out and everything. Basically was like, I'm going to hit on Rashford and hope that a move doesn't work out and he just gets to be on the reserve team for Man United. Like, I don't think he didn't say that, but like that's basically what he said. He's basically just saying that like I don't want anything good to happen to Rashford because of like he didn't take the opportunity of being like in the biggest club in the world and everything. A bit harsh, honestly, in my opinion. A bit harsh. I think that's a bit harsh. I think that like you just need to understand that like it's just not working out for him. He has tried to make it work out for him. Okay, like, don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. Part of it can be blamed on Rashford. I feel like every time I talk, it seems as if like I'm not holding Rashford accountable at all. Part of it can be blamed on Rashford, but at the end of the day, like, there's just a bigger power around Man United right now. I think Gary Lineker literally said something like that recently. Like, he literally said that like there's just something covering Man United right now, and it's true. It's true. The best players come to Man United and they flop. There's just something holding over Man United right now that is making all these players flop. We know some of the factors. We know about the media, the owners, the constant manager changes, this and that, the pressure. Like, we know some of the factors, but like there is like a cloud over Man United right now that is making these players flop. Honestly, like, this is the reason why a player will come and then like just like flop, and like that's why I've been pushing the agenda that like nowadays to play for Man United, you need ego, you need internal confidence. I've been pushing the agenda and I'm going to continue pushing the agenda. You cannot just come to Man United and just be like this nice guy and everything. Like, you need to have ego, you need to feel like I'm him. Like, you need it. If you don't have it, you cannot play for Man United nowadays, honestly. And like that's what people need. Like, unless like all this pressure, all these things around you would affect you, you just need to have that internal confidence in yourself to play for Man United nowadays. But yeah, I feel like what Teddy Sheringham said was kind of harsh and everything, and his move to Barcelona has worked, and like I feel like it's going to be a very good move, honestly. Is Rashford going to be a starter for Barca? There's debates about that and everything. I don't necessarily think he's going to be a starter. I think Rashford is going to be like more of like a rotational player, like, because they have that whole Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine thing going for them. In that calm, they play like Pedri occasionally, they play Daniel Olmo, but he's normally injured and everything. They do play like Rafinha, but like Rafinha kind of like drifts out to like the left wing and all of that. So like, how is that going to have like Rashford will start? I feel like Rashford is going to have like that type of situation that he had at Aston Villa, where like he was a starter, but he also wasn't a starter, if you get what I mean. Like, those Champions League games he was starting, few Premier League games here and there he was starting, but like he can be on the bench and that's fine. So like, that's literally like, he's going to have like the proper role of like a rotational player, where like here and there he's playing and everything. So like, you're going to see games where Rashford does start, and you're going to see games where like he's on the bench. You're going to see games where maybe he starts even over Lewandowski. Like, as much as like Lewandowski hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, like he is getting older, so maybe here and there they'll play Rashford in 9, here and there they'll play Rafinha in calm maybe, and then they put Rashford in left wing. Here and there they maybe even put him on like right wing if they want to, like, or maybe put Rafinha on right wing and then put Rashford in left wing when they want to rest Lamine, just here and there. Just like in general, like I got to see Rashford kind of like force his way into the team, I think. And like, you know, like I said, Dani Olmo is normally getting injured. Yes, they do play Pedro occasionally in the calm, not really a calm, but like, you get what I mean. But like, I think that in general, like I got to see Rashford kind of like just be one of those guys that just always seems to get game time. Like, he might not be like a certified, like when they're drawing up the board and everything, like he might not be the first name on the team sheet, might not be a certified starter, but you're good to see Rashford get a lot of game time for Barcelona. You're good to see him have like a lot of like impact sub moments and everything, you know, coming on like the 70th minute. Like Dani Olmo, as much as like, you know, when he plays is a decent player and everything, like he hasn't like stamps his name in that Barca squad and all of that. So like, you know, you're going to have a lot of times where like maybe Rashford comes on for like Dani Olmo, Rafinha kind of like moves out to that calm and everything, and then, you know, Rashford plays that left wing. You're going to have moments when he comes on for Lewandowski as well, and maybe like Ferran Torres occasionally. Like Rashford is good to play, and I feel like it's going to be really good for him. Hansi Flick has been shown to, like, you know, work with talents and make them like scary. Like we saw what he did with Gnabry, we saw what he did with we're seeing what he's doing with Lamine, we're seeing what he's doing with Rafinha. He knows how to make these talents scary. People that, like, you know, that kind of like struggling in form or anything like that. Like Rafinha has not been the best player for Barcelona before last season. Gnabry was a decent player, but like he made him a monster. Like literally, I think that he has the potential to make Rashford like a monster. Like Rashford honestly has a big opportunity in his hands right now to kind of like regain his form, and honestly like still like a permanent move to Barcelona, because Lewandowski is not going to be playing for them forever. Honestly, I think that Rashford should fully embrace that 9 now. I think that he needs to fully embrace that 9 position, just because like there's an opportunity for him, because like as much as like Lewandowski hasn't really shown too many signs of slowing down, you know, there's signs here and there, but it's like he hasn't shown too many signs of slowing down. He's not going to be there forever. Lewandowski is like 35, 36. He's not going to be there forever. I think that Rashford has a big opportunity to actually make a permanent move to Barcelona. I don't think there's a buy option right now, but like I think he has a big opportunity to make that permanent move to Barcelona if he just puts his head down and plays some football. And like every time he plays 9, he plays it with, like, you know, we saw it to Aston Villa, like he was playing 9 with, like, you know, intensity. Like he actually said that like he actually likes the 9 position now and everything is growing on him and everything. I feel like he should actually take that into Barcelona, because he has a big opportunity to make that move permanent. If he impresses, he can make the move permanent. On like Barcelona will just drop like maybe like 40 million, and then, you know, they get Rashford on a full deal and everything. And like, let's not forget one big factor for all of you that are questioning Rashford's character and everything. Rashford did take a pay cut to make this move happen. He did take a pay cut, apparently a big, I don't know how big the pay cut was, but he took a big pay cut to make this deal happen. Some players did not take that pay cut to make that deal happen. Damn true. Some players did not make this pay cuts, but like I didn't see anybody questioning their character. I'm not seeing tens of thousands of people talk about it on the media that like, oh, you know, why didn't you take the pay cut and everything. Like I'm not saying that too, but like Rashford that took the pay cut, nobody's saying that, oh, that's strength of character. Nobody's saying that that's a good thing, that, oh, he really wants to get his football back and everything, like, you know, he wants to get to like his best form. Nobody's saying that. Everybody's just questioning his cars and his partying and everything. Honestly, allow it, but you guys are forcing it right now. You guys, like, I feel like, you know, Rashford's name is just so hot right now that, like, you know, you're going to get clicks, you're going to get views and everything as long as you hit on Rashford. Like, you know, if you're talking good about Rashford, you're not going to get that many clicks and views and everything. But if you're hitting on Rashford, everybody's going to want to see what you're saying. The haters are going to want to tap in and everything. So like, honestly, you guys need to love you. But I think that this move is very good for Rashford. I'm not going to say like, I don't know what it takes for someone to like deserve a move, so I'm not going to say whether he deserved the move or not, but like it is a very good move for Rashford. Rashford is still like a very good player. We all know his potential, we all know what he can be. Barcelona obviously know what he can be, and that is why they signed him. And I think that Rashford will be very good for Barcelona. As much as like I don't want anybody to be going to Barcelona and be balling out, I do hope the best for Rashford, and I hope that, like, you know, if he discovers himself again, and I hope that he does well enough that he can make this move permanent for himself, honestly, because like I feel like, you know, he does deserve a break. Like if anything, he deserves a break from Man United. So yeah, that's how I feel about Rashford going to Barcelona. And honestly, that's how I feel about all you guys that are talking bad on my boy's name, but you guys just need to allow this guy to play his football. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode today. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and stay consistent, keep on pushing out episodes, and I just hope to see you guys again next time. Safe.